Sit, turn type, sit. Good boy. Ruff.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.
Cutting a promo, ladies and gentlemen, here sitting with nothing but Thanksgiving leftover filling. Hope you guys enjoyed your Thanksgiving. Mike, did you enjoy your Thanksgiving?
It was good as always, so can't really complain.
Is it true that white people don't season their food?
I don't know. I don't cook, so
I was gonna say, would you know the difference?
I probably wouldn't.
What's the big meal or food the part of the Thanksgiving dinner in which you guys look forward to?
Nothing really crazy with us. We just do the traditional turkey, mashed potatoes, stuffing, mac and cheese, that type of stuff.
Oh, okay.
It's usually it's that one time of the year where my mom has to cook, but she'll never go crazy with it. She'll just cook the normal stuff and just say that's it.
No dessert, no pumpkin pie, no sweet potato pie.
My mom's boyfriend goes to a bakery around the block where they make cupcakes, so he brought over cupcakes.
Oh, nice. Oh, by the way, Miriam, I found the cheesecake. No, I got one. I bought one. Yeah. The old lady wanted a cheesecake, so we got a cheesecake. Although the other day I bought a chocolate cake, but it was like kind of like a cheesecake thing. I didn't try it yet or whatever, but I was like, oh, this looks appetizing. So Survivor Series is upon us, and this is the time of year, of course. Usually back in the days, in my era, in my generation, Survivor Series would fall exactly on Thanksgiving. It would be that on a Thursday. It would be right after everyone had their meal and such, and people would sit around their TVs and watch the old tag team 4-on-4 or 5-on-5, whatever it was going on at that time. Battle of the wrestlers, and we would it's funny because sometimes when you would watch Survivor Series, it wasn't the typical teams that you would think. Sometimes we would just see people just thrown together to form a tag team. What was like one weird tag team that was made for Survivor Series? I was like, oh, how the hell did that happen?
Jim Duggan, Bret Hart, Ronnie Garvin, and I forgot the fourth person. But I don't know if you remember the team names they used to give all the teams, but they were called the 4x4s.
The 4x4s, right.
And I think I was like one team was like Roddy Piper, Jimmy Snuka, the Bushwhackers, like Rowdies.
Okay, that makes that makes sense.
And then you have like your traditional like the Heated family, like Andre Haku, the Brainbusters.
Yeah, it always seemed like the heels had the teams that made more sense to be with each other, as opposed to like there was that. What was that foursome? It was the Rockers, Ultimate Warrior, and was it Neidhart?
Yeah.
That was like
that's the famous one, I think, where Warrior's just coked up out of his mind and he's like stroking Neidhart's beard in the middle of his promo. yeah, but come on, like he was stroking the fucking guy's beard. I mean, Warrior, the Road Warriors, and Texas Tornado,
right?
The ultimate Warriors, and then any team Hogan captain was always the Hulkamaniacs. But I think the random team he had was Jake the Snake and Demolition.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Hulk Hogan could be like, "Oh, like the ambulance is coming after the DDT, brother." It's like what? What?
I just remember that Warrior team where he was wrapping them up in ribbon and just kept wrapping them up during the promo.
Yeah, that was with the Rockers and
Yeah,
Bret
yeah.
Hart.
It was like, and he just was wrapping them up, and you could tell like Marty Jannetty was kind of getting annoyed. He had to get like the ribbon around from his neck. Sean is like, all right, dude, like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, it's like,
Because back in the day, it's not like promos these days where it's like everybody says something, but it's like back in the day, everybody had like a few seconds to say a few words, and then the next, this fucking assholes like wrapping people up and making like distracting them from their promo.
to be fair, this past SmackDown, I actually saw a vintage Survivor Series promo. It was Sami Zayn with the Motor City Machine Guns.
Phoenix and Nakamura.
Right. And it was like they cut a promo like if it was one of those kind of promos.
Right.
And I was like, wow, this actually, it made me feel like a kid again. I was like, shit.
Yeah. Like each person like had a turn. Like you had Sammy like be the first, and then he was like, "This is the best tag team in the world," and then it's like, "Here's the best luchador in the world, and here's the best like strong style wrestler." And then it was like, "We'll see you next week." And that was like very old school. It's like it's so weird that you can see them do it and they're willing to do it, but why don't they do it more often?
Right. It was even funny because he was like, "Tell them what it is, Motor City." And I was like,
Motor City.
I was like, wow, okay. This is classic for me. But yeah, I kind of miss those days of the Survivor Series where you could you had that hodgepodge of different teams linking up together and just being mad random and just having a go at it with the four man teams and such. What was your favorite team? Well, not even favorite, your best Survivor Series
Like a favorite Survivor Series match?
or pay-per-view match, whatever.
I mean, I would say overall Survivor Series match. I think my personal favorite is Team Stone Cold versus Team Bischoff from 2003,
Mm.
where it was Shawn Michaels, RVD, Booker T, and the Dudleys against Mark Henry, Scott Steiner, Chris Jericho, and Randy Orton.
Okay. Yeah. I faintly remember that. Yeah. Okay.
That was like when like Austin was like GM and he wanted to kick people's ass. So like if his team won, he got to start hitting people again.
Right.
Right.
My favorite Survivor Series pay per view was the one which incorporated NXT.
Oh, so recently, where they did
Yeah.
the three teams.
Right. I'm more into that kind of. I was into that as well. I also
That's where it was Keith Lee and Roman as the final two, right?
right. I also kind of believe that I think they did away with like bragging rights because it was already like a Survivor Series. So it
Well,
was like,
remember Vince wanted to get rid of Survivor Series in 2009, and then pretty much bragging rights was going to replace it.
right.
But the talent and fans just said no, so Vince changed his mind.
Mm. Yeah,
But I remember that it was like they did bragging rights before Survivor Series, so it was like instead of 5-on-5, it was like 7-on-7.
right.
It was an interesting concept, but it was also like, why don't you just do this at Survivor Series?
Well, then you pretty much have bragging rights was basically the two shows going against each other as
Yeah.
opposed to Survivor Series where you tying up the angles and such. But they were
But nowadays the brand split means nothing. People
definitely.
just switch shows all year.
Yeah, and storylines are just whatever you want to put up there. But
Let me ask you, what would be your dream Survivor Series team? If you
ooh,
had to be the fifth on a five man team, who would be your four?
okay, it will be Bret Hart,
Mm-hmm.
CM Punk, AJ Styles, and I have to say John Cena.
Not bad.
What would be yours?
Mine would be Orton, Edge, and Christian. And you know what? For size, I'll go for Mark Henry.
Oh,
Yeah,
gotta get the big threat out there, the big boy out there.
yeah.
Yeah, I like. You know what? We should post that on Facebook to see what.
Build your own Survivor Series team.
Yeah,
And also, give us your team name.
right. That'll be cool. We'll put that up on the Facebook group page and such. But uh, as we go down, uh, as we gone down memory lane, it brings us to the presence to this year's Survivor Series, which would be Survivor Series War Games. I guess this is what we're doing every year now, right? I'm kind of not feeling War Games every year. I think maybe it should be done, maybe every other year, or have it be because there's a big reason for it. I feel
Yeah,
like this year's War Games is just thrown together because it's more of an all-star um, kind of saying goodbye to, or maybe farewell to older wrestlers who maybe are ready to go out that door and may or may not have been in the War Games before.
yeah.
I don't know. This year just seems like it's just thrown together. What's your thoughts?
I think WWE has the problem of doing the gimmicks yearly at the point of when they do it, where it's like, do you really need to do more games every year? Do you also need to do a Money in the Bank match every year? It's like that. It's like over and done. I think at this point, but I think for War Games, I think you should keep it special where it's needed if you want to bring it out. Where right, you gotta do men's and women's because it's gotta be equal, but. It'd be interesting one year if just the women do the War Games match, and the men maybe do like a traditional Survivor Series match, or
Right.
like other way around. Because
Yeah, I think with
I
the
think
money.
it's just the overuse is like because once November hits, it's like okay, Survivor Series now it's War Games time.
Yeah, I think with Money in the Bank, it's because they want that to be possibly their uh fifth big show, but it's also like, sometimes depending on if it's a need where we need cash ins or if it's necessary and such, whether or not to have it play out. Because there's other ways to like play with that kind of opportunity as well. But
No.
we're on Survivor Series and Survivor Series War Games coming to you November 29th, this upcoming Saturday. And the first match on the card that we see up is Stephanie Vercure, the champion, versus Nikki Bella. And the question goes for everybody is,
Why?
yeah. Um,
Because Nikki Bella is around to help the women. I think that she seems genuine about it, but it's also like she lacks the talent to go at the speed of these women nowadays.
right.
Because I'm still getting that missed kick from Clash of Paris flashbacks from Nikki Bella. But I mean, you gotta hope Stephanie can work with her, but it's also that nagging feeling of is there gonna be fucking twin magic at this match?
Oh,
Does Brie Bella make her appearance?
that would be something.
Like, do you just piss off the crowd so badly with that point?
Oh my goodness. I mean, San Diego. If that would happen in San Diego, which by the way, I'm very interested on how this setup is gonna look. They're playing in Petco Field, which is a huge baseball field,
Mm-hmm.
and they've run at baseball stadiums before, but there's something about shout out to brother AJ who's been there, who's given me the heads up on what the stadium is. It's a beautiful stadium, but it's like he pondered and he wondered himself like how are they gonna make this work? But
Especially the war game stuff,
especially with war games,
because like where you gonna put the cage?
right? Um, I have to say for if it's wow, if it did occur that if it does occur that twin magic happens, whoever goes after this better fucking be magicians because this is gonna be ridiculous. I'm gonna assume maybe this match is probably gonna be before the main event.
Yeah, let's piss people off before we give them the good stuff.
Yeah, before the guys go out.
Because this is a 4 match card, and we expect. I believe the women war games will open, and then the men's war games will end the show.
Right. I'm going to
And then the 2 singles matches in between.
I am going to, barring it any shenanigans going on, I'm going to say Vacure retains here. But you just put it in the air about the whole twin magic thing. Oof, oof.
Because Nikki's been very vocal that she's feeling lonely. So, I mean, Stephanie should retain. Let's be real here. Let's not deviate from fucking whatever plan they have for WrestleMania.
Right.
Stephanie should retain here.
Next up, we got the Intercontinental Champ John Cena going against
Weird.
the former champ Dominic Mysterio, and probably, I mean, Dom got to be in heaven for having to get at least not only the rematch, but to go out again against John Cena. Like, this is just like a dream come true for him. So,
And I
by the way,
think he, aside from Cody, is the only person that gets to work with Cena twice this year.
Dom, like,
Right.
it's got to be. He's climbing this ladder, right?
Yeah.
Got to be climbing the ladder. Right?
I mean, if there's no shenanigans in the women's match, there will be shenanigans in this one where I feel Liv Morgan will make her return.
All right.
Because I don't know if you've seen, they've been teasing something on Twitter with videos of like a female like getting ready. I think Liv's making a return on the show, and we'll get the reuniting of Dom and Liv, which I think them two should be together again, where away from the Judgment Day, but that's a separate issue. But I think, see, it's like Dominic should have the belt back, but it's also like if Cena retains, would you have Cena drop the title to Gunther in his last match?
Well, for me,
if Gunther is the one they want to have his final match,
listen, they've, what is supposed to be tradition in wrestling is gone out the window by now. So I would not be surprised if Cena goes out winning his last match. But my only hope would be that if it does, if he's, after this match with Dominic, he still has the belts and win his final match, that you could drop the belt. Because honestly, the one thing that I could say about what's been going on with this John Cena last match thing is the tournament has actually been pretty damn good, in my opinion.
Some matches have been hit or miss.
Yeah, I mean, listen, LA Knight, Cardona,
Ziggler and Sikoa.
Ziggler and Sikoa. Just now, we had the night before we had Carmelo and Gunther. I love that match as well. So, like, hell,
Javon and Gunther is probably the best match of the tournament.
Right. So I'm saying it's really good. And we just had an unfortunate event where Penta got injured during his match. But all in all, to me, I thought that the matches have been, living beyond my expectations. So I'm hoping that maybe on down the line, Cena wins. If he does retain here, he wins his final match and he just drops, the belt, and they open up another tournament or something like that. But on that note, don't see it happening. I'm gonna say Dom reclaims the IC title once again.
Yeah, I agree.
Next up, we have the Women's War Games match. Lots of play off here. Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair, and AJ Lee versus Nia Jax, Last Legend, the Kabuki Warriors, and Becky Lynch. There's one thing I can say about the, I guess, heel side. There's a lot of firepower there. I gotta tell you that with the Nia Jax and Last Legend alone, they ain't no little women on that side.
Yeah, Kyrie's probably the smallest one on that team, but I think this is definitely going to be a showcase for Lash, where we get to see what she can do.
Right.
I mean, it's also like she has a weapon in her hand, so we're not going to see a lot much, but we're definitely going to see a lot of her power, her strength. Like, because when you look at the other team, Io, AJ, Alexa, smaller than 6 feet, she should be throwing these women around.
Right.
But it's also, I kind of look at AJ, and with her history with her saying that she has neck problems, kind of a little worried about this. Because one wrong move and she can be done.
Yeah, I can't imagine her opening the match. I'm gonna probably say she closes.
Oh yeah, she definitely will be like her and Becky will be the final two.
Right.
Well, the last two to enter, I think. And then maybe I think Oscar and Io would probably be the two to start.
Or
Or
maybe Kyrie and Io.
yeah, but I think for this one, the babyface team will win. Kyrie will be the one to eat the pin because her character is definitely that one where Oscar's gonna definitely scream at her and be like what's wrong with you? You shouldn't have surrendered.
I'm gonna say the faces win here with AJ pinning Becky. This is a long, I guess, long tail that's going to continue with their rivalry and such. But I only say that
You think they take this all the way to Mania?
probably with something on the line down the line.
Mm.
And the only reason why I say that the faces win here is because next up we have on the male side CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, and the Usos with Roman Reigns going up against the Vision, Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre, and Brock Lesnar. And once again, the heels got some beefy men on that side. Jesus.
And I think it's crazy to say that this is Brock Lesnar's first War Games. Like the idea of I mean, we've seen him in the UFC, Octagon ring, but it's like a ring with a giant cage.
I mean, why would he be in a match like this anyway? Like, this is so far not needed for him. But like I mentioned earlier, seeing as though since he's never been in one, this would be something in which that let's knock it off his bucket list.
I was kind of hoping the babyface team was was more stacked in my opinion. Where if you take the Usos out, Cena and Orton in, but that's just me. But I mean, I'm in agreement with you that I think the heels should win. If Brock's in this, he shouldn't lose. I look at Jimmy Uso, like he's gonna be the one to take the fall, or Jay, because it's always fun to pin Jay and piss everybody off. But I think people have had enough of Jay, telling by reactions and online receptions him. So
Yeah, I'm gonna say the heels get the win here, but I would not be surprised that actually Roman gets the pin here because then he can start the blame game down the line on CM Punk and Cody because we already saw teasers of him discussing that belt looks better on my shoulder. And he's like, "Oh, you think he's talking to you? Think he's talking to who you talking about?" And you guys figure it out. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that went that way. But
that they pinned Roman.
yeah, I could actually probably see Brock pin Roman or
Great.
Braun. Yeah, so could be
I mean, why don't we try with Breaker?
anyone but Logan. Anyone but Logan.
I mean, and this is either Logan or Jimmy that takes the fall, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Or Bronson.
yeah. Anyway, yeah, it's got to be anyone but Logan fucking pin somebody because I'm not gonna be able to deal with that shit for the rest of the run.
Right. And I mean, I will say, I'm interested in where they want Roman to go because, I don't know, I feel it's definitely interested more for Roman versus Punk instead of Roman and Cody again. So,
Yeah, I like I said, it's just for me. I'm more interested to see with the heels getting the win here. What becomes the next the next run through of the storylines, which I mean, honestly, it's basically the same people we've seen all the time. We need some more better blood in it, but at least with the heel faction, you got Braun who's looking to progress a little bit more. We need Drew to finally get some kind of fucking recognition and hold a title, in which means significance. Like I said, anyone but Logan. Anyone but Logan.
I mean, next month, because this is the final WPLE of the year, then they have Saturday's main event for John Cena's final match.
Right.
So hopefully by then Drew gets the title or gets another chance. But it's also Randy Orton's also working somewhere, so
we forgot about that. The
right.
Vipers around there soon enough. But
as long as Brock's not getting another title shot, Roman, at least if they're teasing it, going to be different. And then I'm very curious though if they're gonna have Roman versus Punk at the Rumble. Like, how long will they wait?
We shall see, senor. But
Mhm.
that's going to wrap us up here for cutting a promo. This is our predictions for Survivor Series. Make sure you check us out on all the socials. Make sure you check us out on the Instagrams, the Facebooks, the TikToks, and of course we get to catch us on YouTube. And now I have caved in, and I've decided that we are now on Rumble. Rumble is a little bit more free with when it comes to certain shows that we can do. For instance, we did History and Headlocks did an episode on, I believe it was theme musics.
Mm.
So now we can actually go on Rumble and play the music and such without getting hit with bans, or we can do watch alongs if we need to over there and make comments and such. So that'll be just our special place for certain episodes like that. We'll go to Rumble, but I am uploading some content there, so people could begin to follow and get an understanding of what we are doing here in New York Wrestle Media. What's going down, Mike? What we got going down for you on your end?
For History of Headlocks, Ari is coming back. I know I've said this before, but she is definitely coming back. And the first episode we are doing is the since his 20th anniversary just passed, we're going to talk about the late great Eddie Guerrero.
Oh, that's good. That's one. I mean, I know we did a two-parter for Punk, but Eddie should definitely get a two-parter as well. I'm hoping so. But yeah, man, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed your Thanksgiving. I hope you got your fillings of all the stuffings and the birds and the hams and whatever that you guys are into, potato salads, macs and cheese, and whatever desserts. And we got much more coming down the line this holiday season. And as always, check you guys in a sec. In a sec.
2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.
Sit, turn type, sit. Good boy. Ruff.